Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Monkey Wrench. I'm Kelly, the monkey with the wrench. Today's gonna be a video on my own Hustler Raptor. This beat up piece of rusted out crap always reminds me of my first car, which was a 1973 Pontiac Catalina, and it had no floors because they all rusted out. The seat was sitting on 2x4s. But anyway, when I got this, the front axle had split and bent forward and sort of up. That was about 2 years ago. And as you can see, I welded a little gusset in there and did a little bit of welding on it. Well, the other day I was attempting, as usual, to beat the crap out of it, cutting a couple of lawns, and it buckled out again. So quickly, in order to finish the lawn I was working on, I grabbed the welder and I stitched a little bit of weld across the top, and I was very careful to always go forward because the axle was bending forward when I backed up. So I made sure that I always went forward and favored that side and got through the lawn. Well, I got to cut the lawn again. I got to cut the neighbor's lawn. I got to cut the neighbor's lawn down the road. Please subscribe. This thing needs more of a better fix. Now, 2 years ago, when I quickly welded this up and stitched that little gusset in there, I figured I'd redo it again 3 months later or whatever at the end of the season. And 2 years later, I hadn't touched it. So today I'm going to do it a little bit differently. What I'm basically going to do, I'm not even going to bother to remove this gusset. I don't care. I'm basically going to take this piece of angle. Y'all know I like to use bed frames. And I'm going to weld that in place. I'm going to weld it on the sides, across the bottom, up here, and across here. And the angle will keep it from bending again. So all I'm going to do real quick is take the grinder and clean up the paint on the metal bed frame. And I'm going to mark on the frame where I need to grind with the grinder and get everything cleaned up. Now all I've done is clean the paint off and gotten clear the metal where the metal's going to weld to, so I have a nice clean spot. I also need to clean up the edges here, which only take a second. Most people forget that if you don't clean up the metal on both sides, you're not going to get a clean weld. I'm basically just going to go ahead and stitch this on. I'm not a very good welder, but we'll make it hold. Now I've just got my cheap $50 used welder, and I'm just going to go ahead and weld some on. If I can get a good ground. Alright, I'm not a great welder. I basically just tack things. You can see that I have some tacks all the way across the bottom. And honestly, my welder draws a little bit too much power for the circuit that I have it on. So if I use it for more than about 2 or 3 minutes at a shot, it'll pop the breaker. That's pretty standard depending on what line you have it on in the house. So I've already done 3 sets of tacks on here, and that's going to be enough to hold that steel in place because it almost holds itself after I've already welded the tube back the other day. So that outside angle is just going to stop it from angling up and angling forward and angling back.
Remember, don't try this at home, kids. I am a professional.
So for now, I'm going to leave it because I have to go cut the lawn. But that gives you an idea of what it's going to take. And over the course of the next couple of days, I'll pull out the welder and I'll do some more tacks on it until I get it stitched all the way across. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody. I find bed frames out on the street all the time. I went to Taco Bell today for lunch, and there was a bed frame out in front of a house when I was riding by. Whenever I see them, I stop and grab them, because you never know what you might use them for. I built that rack on the back of my zero turn about a year ago, just so I could put my weed eater on there and a few boxes on the back to throw stuff in. So whenever you see a bed frame on the street, grab it. You never know what you might need it for. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hit the like button. It's somewhere between my chin and my balls, and I'll see you on the next one.